Hey y'all, welcome into the channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into the Mother Isis messages. Alright, hold on one second. Let's see if we can get our color changed here. Yeah. It's a little feminine energy. A little soft. It's supposed to be pink, but that looks purple, y'all. Anyway, pink and purple could be very significant. Okay. Alright, so it says when you stop fearing me, you just might learn something. I don't know who out there is in fear of the Mother Isis energy, okay? But the divine is like, don't fear, okay? Don't fear this person. Don't fear this energy, okay? Alright, maybe you've been having like some really weird premonitions, excuse me, spiritual bells, or you just really, Mother Isis messages for the collective Holy Spirit. Mother Isis message for the collective. Maybe you've been just really in this vibration where you are, I don't know. For somebody, you might fear God. Somebody might fear God. Okay, you might be fear the fact that you've been touched by an angel. Somebody, this could have to do with a masculine energy out there. They're like, I don't know about this. Maybe you're dating someone and they're highly spiritual, okay, highly spiritually connected, and you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Okay, wait a minute. All right, they just want to slide out of there. So let's see what they say. Let's take this. We have scales are balanced here. Okay, we got power over 7 scorpions. We got Eye of Horus. Okay, y'all excuse any background noise y'all hear. But we got power over 7 scorpions. We got Eye of Horus, and we got scales of balance. Okay, so there's something that you've overcome. Okay, you've had this power to call things out. You've called people out. You've called things up. You could be a really like the type of healer that calls up people's pain. All right, for healing. All right, that could be like one of your gifts, like you have the recognition to see trauma, pain, loss, okay, or deceptive behavior. Okay, so Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. Maybe this has awakened some things for people because they didn't realize like you could see this clear. Okay, this is Horus energy. Horus came up in our energy last week in one of the readings. Okay, so that's very significant. Hold up one second. Let me see if I can tell you what reading it was. This was Tuesday. So Tuesday's reading is significant. Last Tuesday. But anyway, it's the Eye of Horus, and then we have Scales of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. Power to conjure lower vibrational forces, and then Awakening Divine Perception. Okay. I feel like also you've been out here really slaying some demons. Okay, at the bottom of the deck over here we got Miracle of Isis. Okay, miraculous healing of the goddess. Okay, so you're undergoing some healing. You've undergone some healing. Okay, let's see what these notes are about here, because I feel a little woo-woo because I take these notes, quite a bit of ways in advance. But anyway, the divine's like, look, let it go. Okay, let it flow. Everything's gonna work out right. That's a quote off of that song that came out last week. In one of the readings I did, had to do with, or either it was one that was drawn to my attention by one of our subbies. And so it's Let It Flow by Tony Braxton. Okay. Maybe you got in that energy like, you know what, I'm just going to give it over to God. Okay, I surrender. Okay. And in surrendering, for somebody out there, you could have been on your cycle. But in just letting go, just surrendering, or you're about to start your cycle, something like that. There's a new cycle here that I'm seeing. Okay. There's one that's been completed, and then there's a new one that's beginning. But it's a vibration where basically you could have really just let it go, like how they say Kesari Sarah or however, whatever, like what'll be will be. Okay. And in doing so, like you're still alive. Okay. You could have in your past life been a ninja. All right. And you survived. Okay. You're still getting bigger. It's a vibration where you're just getting bigger and bigger. You're expanding. Okay. You're growing. All right. I feel like you're just really maturing or blossoming very nicely. Okay. Um, it's that type of vibe. Mother Isis is like, look, God can take many forms, okay? You have allowed him to dwell in you, regardless of what form he's in, because you have taken the time to heal from trauma. So the only way that the divine can come in, okay, and really like dwell with you, sup with you, really like connect with you, or even desire to really, link up with you like that. Like God is like the type where like he got a man's and they got a man's and he's not easy to contact, right? So it's the type of vibration like you have to really get in tune with the self in this case. You have to really get in tune with who you truly are and not the representative that our pain and our trauma can cause us to turn into, right? So it's a vibration where you understood the assignment and now you've been given this power to conjure lower vibrational forces. And in conjuring means for this situation is that you're able to call them up, you call them out, you can recognize them, you can see them, you hold the key of life, you can send them into the doors where they actually belong, you can send them back where they came from. It's a heavy like reversal energy, like you have the power to reverse anything that's been sent to you in darkness because of the amount of healing that you have also. So not only does God like come in and dwell with you, is he heavily connected with you, does he come in any form he desires with you, but he like y'all got like a real romantical relationship. Like you and the divine are heavily connected. Okay, it's a vibration where like this is romantic even. Okay, you have a true love affair with God, okay? And in doing so, it's empowered you. It's made you big. It's made you bright. I'm hearing brilliant, but it's made you like Maya energy. Like you are the Maya. Like you are the record keeper. You are the timekeeper. You are like if you're that force to be reckoned with. Like when these deities that come up that are lower vibrational, when these energies that come up that are unhealed, when people try to ostracize or attack you and they're not healed, you really just in standing in your power, you send them where they need to go. Like you give them their walking papers, you fire them, you terminate the contracts with them like immediate. It's like you recognize it so fast to where it's immediate termination. Like they don't have any effect on you. They can't penetrate. But that's all as a result of your healing. It's like whatever, I don't know if you've been doing some sort of sacred dance, you've learned some sort of sacred practice. You basically, with the high eye of Horus here, you see in the dark, you see in the light too. And it's a vibration where your ability to see in the dark means that you're the light in the darkness. So you are the light. You've connected to where God is like come in and really just made like home. He's like at home with you. It's that type of vibe. It says our traumas each individually serve as a lifetime. So the more you have grown through and experienced different incidences and events in life, could be an idea of how many lifetimes you have incarnated. So what I was trying to say there is that basically if you've like had this life and it's been really raw and rugged, like it's a hard knock life for us, okay, like type of vibe, or you just experienced a lot of loss. You could have lost a parent at a young age. You could have had to move around at a young age. You could have, had to really lean on your independence. Like you could have been on your own at a young age. anything like that, like these different ups and downs and woes. You could have had lovers, you could have had a lover try to kill you. You could have had a lover, completely betray your trust, right? You could have had a lover misuse or abuse their power over you. But it's like in everything that you've been through in each one of those lifetimes, some of you all have been married, you've been divorced, you've been married again, some of you have kids. It's like each one of those major events in your life serves as a lifetime, okay? And in a past life, if you were to follow that lifetime or that past life energy down a road, you'd see a whole tree of things or events or occurrences surrounding that event from a past life that relates to the now life, right? I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, what I'm basically trying to say is some of you are very ancient, some of you are very, very old, okay? And it's a vibe that the more that you've gone back to each one of those traumatic experiences and wrapped love around it or healed it, it's like in this life, you're gaining another lifetime. You're gonna, like, inevitably, the more healing you know how I was saying the other day, like healing is the best revenge, because in your case, you're immortal. Like you're immortal. There's a vibe where there's like no, you're immortal. Okay, that's it. Period. All right, and this is the scales of balance, ancient tantra of the soul. It's like you mastered the true self. You mastered your inner self, which is your true self, and it caused this alignment to occur. Okay, like here's your inner child, here's your grown self or your spiritual self, okay? And it's like you've come into this alignment now. God, like what God, Horus energy, okay, who's just another, it's just another form of the energy, because you could say Horus, you could say Osiris, okay, but it's a vibration where these are levels of yourself, and you've mastered another level of yourself. Your inner child has been mastered. Horus connects us to the inner child. Isis connects us to our higher self. I'm sorry. Isis connects us to the energy, the current energy, and then Osiris connects us to our higher self. So if you have the Trinity, okay, you have Horus, you have Isis, and you have Osiris. So it's the type of vibration where you've healed on each one of those lifetimes and going back and wrapping love around the experiences that you experienced in this lifetime. Y'all, I hope that shit makes sense. To some of y'all it will. To some of you, you're probably like, what the fuck is she talking about? But that's okay. That means it's not for you, or it's just not for you right now. Come back later. You know what I'm saying? Or it'll make sense. Like you'll have that light bulb moment. You'll be like, oh, I get what she was trying to say. Boom. Okay. It could be like that. But anyway, if we go back and we heal these hurts within this lifetime, okay? So let me use myself as an example. So one of my lifetimes, okay, I was married, okay, and I was abused, okay, and physically abused, also verbally abused, okay. And so in me going back and revisiting that time, claiming my power back from that occurrence, from those instances, from those times I was picking myself up off the floor, from those times I was trying to rebuild or put things back together. If I reclaim my power and my energy that took, because those instances, they take from us, right? This is the energy of you doing like a soul retrieval, but on your lifetimes, okay? And it's like basically that you've lived in this life, okay? I know this is weird. It may be confusing, but just hear me out. So anyway, what I did was I took my power back from those instances. I'm like, yeah, okay, I looked at it that way. I was always the victim, but I'm not the victim anymore. It's a vibration where I looked at it and I think about like what God was teaching me in those moments. How did what I went through then benefit me now? Like I know now how to defend myself. I know now, to speak my truth. I know now not to allow woo-de-woo. I know now it's like, okay, let's go back. Okay, so that was one thing. So what did I learn from, because then some of these things, y'all, like for example, the loss of a loved one, you're like, what did I learn from the loss of a loved one? Like they were taken from me. Like, how dare you actually say that I needed to learn something from that? Blah, 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 blah. But if you look at it the right way, change your perspective, and you be like, well, yes, my mother was taken from me at the age of 9, but damn, I really learned how to be independent. I can cook for myself. I can clean a house. I can take care of this. I can take care of that. I can do it all on my own, right? I'm very independent in that sense. Like, I don't have to have a whole lot of people around me. I don't have to have anybody reassure me of who I am. I don't have to have, anybody coddle me or nurture me in that way. Now, was it sad then? Yeah, like, damn, a child lost their mother. But at the same time, it taught me things. It strengthened me. It built me up. But there's a need for you to go back and change your perspective, how you view it, and then heal it. And then you take your power back in that moment. So it's like you've done this on many, many levels through many, many situations that you've been in your life, in this lifetime. But in essence, you're healing past life trauma. You're healing past life karma. You're healing shit that went down in the past life, right? Okay, because don't think that everything that you went through in the now, it just is random. No. You, at one point in your past life, before you incarnated here this time around, you experienced these things, right? Some of you have had crazy dreams. You're like, dang, I remember I dreamed I was this, and this, and I was here doing woo. Well, that's because, for some of it, if it relates to something like what I'm saying now, you're like, oh, yeah, I had a dream of that, and I feel like I have lived before, and blah, blah, blah. It's like that song by Tina Marie, and she's like, I've been here before, okay? At first I was a gazelle. Some of you may have pictured yourself as in a past life as an animal, okay? And maybe that's a situation that happened to you when you were an animal, okay? Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But anyway, that's the vibe, okay? There's something else I was going to tell y'all about that was important too. So you revisit these experiences, you reclaim your power from them. You gain another lifetime in this life. You gain another lifetime, another century. You gain life, okay? So in the last reading I did, which was the ancestor messages, we were talking about you being given back this life, this time. So it's a vibration, like that's what's happening. They give you one perspective and what they're doing while what's required of you. And in this energy, they're talking about like what you've done to balance out the scales for yourself. It's like you brought yourself justice here. I'm hearing that song, You Bring Me Joy. Oh, who is that by? I just heard that. Is that by Anita Baker or Olita Adams or You Bring Me Joy? Hold on, y'all. Gladys Knight. Who is that? I mean, I just heard it so clear. My head is itching. 9:42 on the clock. Bear with me, y'all, because it's nighttime, so these are coming a little different. I'm not in a hurry, and so it's just kind of like just coming out. But anyway, yeah, you brought some strong justice and healing for yourself. If you haven't ever thought to do this, y'all, take me up on this, because this is like healing. This is free healing for yourself. A lot of people be like, well, how do I heal? I don't know how to heal. They say time heals all wounds. Well, let me tell you what also does is you going back and doing that work. You going back and changing your perspective. Okay, you going back and realizing you were not the victim. You going back and realizing the parts that you played, the hands that you played in different seats and positions and roles that you were in, right? Anita Baker. Okay. That's who it is. You Bring Me Joy by Anita Baker. Somebody needs to listen to that song. Okay, so anyway, if we go back and we heal these hurts within this lifetime, then we regain our true identity. Thank you, Spirit. That's what I was about to tell y'all. So, I don't know. I had a conversation with some people on Astral. I know that sounds funny. But I did. I had a conversation with some people on Astral. And it's like, it was about entering a space where people may not like you. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, when you enter a space and somebody's like, oh, I don't like you. The truth is that they really don't like themselves. Like, it's the truth of the matter. It's like big old facts. It's like 100% facts right here, what I'm telling y'all. Because it's a vibration, 19 on the clock, 10. The number 10 is significant. 10, okay? But it's a vibration where, like, basically, if you're gifted and you're this healer, for some of you, you're this empath, and you're like, I'm really, really gifted. I can see this and that and blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's a vibration where, like, People could be coming to you and you see straight through them, okay? Like straight through them. You're like, okay, I see what's coming out of your mouth. I see your body language. I see what you're wanting me to believe, but I also see what's underneath all of that. So this could come out like, you've ever met someone who's um I don't know. They're saying a bully. Okay, let's talk about a bully for now. So you've ever met somebody who's a bully, and then you end up finding out like, damn, this person is actually really cool. It's just like they really been through a lot, and so they got like these walls up. They got these big old barriers up, and it's really like a representative. It's not their true self. It's like, damn, if that person really would, and you find out like they're like this because, I don't know, they had rich parents and their parents were never home or something like that. They had to take care of themselves. They feel abandoned. They feel lost in the world. They feel alone. And so the way that they could, get friends and have people is to bully people, and then people would like them. People would kind of be bullied into liking them type of vibe. Okay. So I don't know. It's that type of situation. But underneath it all, like, they have a really good heart. They're really, really sweet, and they're really cuddly. They really want to be loved, and it's like all they want is love. And they, once they get something, they almost smother it in love, because that's all that they want, right? Because they want what they didn't get when they were younger. So it's this type of vibe where you can see those energies. You can see past the facade. Okay, you can see beneath the layers that they've put on. Sometimes these are layers of toxicity. You can see beyond all, like beneath all of that. You meet some people and all they do is cuss, and they want to talk loud and this and this and this. They got to be the loudest in the room, and it's like, it's because they feel unseen, or it's like a type of vibe like that. And not all people are like that talk loud and cuss, but get me right, I'm just speaking about some specific energies, just to kind of get a point across. But it's a type of vibe where basically you have the ability to conjure up those forces and make them submit. They have no authority over you, and their loudness or their boldness it's from an ego standpoint. So you see beyond the ego. You're like, okay, I see what your ego is talking about, but what's up in there? Oh, okay, there's emptiness there. Oh, okay, you're lacking love. Oh, okay, you're lacking support. Oh, okay, you're lacking nutrition. Oh, okay, you're lacking sustenance. It's a type of vibe where you can see what causes people to outwardly portray their ego outwardly. Like, some people have no problem operating out of their ego, and you can see it all day long, and you're like, okay, this person, they just doing something. Okay, it's no foundation there. It's no real stability there, or something like that. Okay, there's no real engagement there. All right, it's something like that. So it's a vibration where the divine is like, look, if you don't know that you have that gift, viewer, you have that gift. You have that ability to see past people's mask, okay, per se. Because there could have been some energies that tried to present themselves as one way, to make themselves look better in the eyes of you or others. And the truth is, like, you see beyond, you see past all that. Excuse me, spiritual belch. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, anyway, it's like, I feel like I'm speaking to them as well, because if they would just take that time to nurture that part of themselves that feels lack, that feels that loss, or feels that emptiness even, it's like, then they would have that same power. But instead, I don't know, if I feel like they may try to they may try to steal your light in some type of way, or steal your moments, or steal your shine, or try to take attention off of you. But it's only because it's because of what they're lacking. So they go about it the wrong way. Maybe someone's wanting your attention, but they're going about it the wrong way. Okay. Anyway, take that as it resonates. So basically, we regain our true identity if we take the time to change our perception or perspective of pains and trauma. Okay. And yeah, we literally gain another century surrounding our traumatic experiences. So, oh, sorry. So yeah, if we look at those the pain, the barriers also that we build up surrounding those traumatic experiences, we can really make sure that we have healthy boundaries up and not ones that are keeping everything out. Because in keeping everything out, you could also be keeping everything in, or in keeping everything in, you could be keeping everything out. And you could be desiring some really fruitful or really like prosperous connections, but it's like something from your past could really, something as small that we think we've handled could really be traumatizing and paralyzing to our spiritual growth, right? So I don't know. That's what Mother Isis, though. That's what they wanted to talk about. That's the messages I have written down. I hope you guys resonated. I hope that it helped somebody. All right. And this has been your read. Yeah. I don't think. That's it. This has been your read. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.